Okay everyone, what's going on? Hope you're having a great day. Entering Bally's once again. It has been a very unfortunate WSOP, but I am so excited for this video and so excited for what I'm about to play. And I want to show you guys and bring you along the journey. Look, it's been a really rough year. It's been a really rough, I guess not year, 2 weeks, but this one, I'm playing a short deck satellite. There's a $10,000 bracelet event of short deck, the short deck championship or whatever. It's one tournament. It's a high buy-in, but I can also get to play this $1,100 satellite to win a $10,000 seat. So that's the plan today on this video. I just really like short deck. For people who don't know what short deck is, you get 2 cards, but the deck is short. They take out all the deuces, 3s, 4s, and 5s. So a flush beats a full house. A straight or an ace is equivalent to a 6, and yeah, I think 6s are out too, or 6s are in. I don't even know the rules. Anyways, I'm excited for the short deck event. It's an $1,100 buy-in, and it's a satellite. So just get to practice playing some short deck. There's a lot of gamble. Also, fun fact: all in pre-flop, Jack 10 suited beats Ace King. That's all you know. Jack 10 has more equity than Ace King. So let's get into it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna gamble. It's gonna be fun. 1,100 bucks. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3 more buy-ins. Let's hop in. We start off this short deck satellite in level 2. Antes are 100 with 10,000 starting chips, and you might be confused as to why there aren't any blinds. And it's because this is an ante game, which means every single hand, everyone automatically puts out the ante required, and the button actually has to double that. So tons of action. We're paying money or chips every single hand dealt in, and this is going to be fun without knowing what I'm supposed to be doing or trying to figure out the correct play on the fly. So one of the first hands, I pick up Queen Jack of Diamonds on the button, playing 5-handed here. There's an early position raised to 600. The cutoff makes the call, and I call as well with suited Broadway cards. I know this is a good hand. We're going to a flop of King, King, 10, 2 clubs and a diamond. The early position player just jams for 3,000 chips. The cutoff folds, and here on a paired board, I have an open-ended straight draw. What do I even do here? There's 2,000 in the middle. I have backdoor flush draws that could be a possibility as well. I don't know. Open-enders seem pretty solid because there are fewer cards in the deck. So I'm not playing a short deck tournament and not gambling, right? I make the call, and he has ace queen, which actually puts my hand in horrible shape. He ends up drilling a jack on the turn for Broadway, so I'm left to only an ace to chop out, and the river doesn't hit. I lose my first hand, I lose about half of my stack, and I'm down to 5.5 thousand already. Hand after that, picking up Jack 9 offsuit in early position. I decided to limp 200 here, aka only 100 more. The player on my left raises to 900. The button makes the call, and like I said, I'm gambling and make the call too. I have maybe a little more than a pot size bet in my stack, and the flop comes Queen 10 8 2 diamonds. Just the nuts. First to act here, multi-way, I decided to just jam because most likely someone's going to hit this board. There are so many hands to get value from, and when the player to my left folds, the button actually ends up calling who covers my stack, and he has Jack 10 of diamonds. Gutter, pair, and the flush draw. I'm feeling really good here since flushes are so hard to make. The turn is a brick. The river, diamond somehow. Shit. I lose this one, and I get busted out of bullet number 1 pretty quickly. First bullet, L, but it's high variance. Flushes are hard to make, actually, so I was actually feeling pretty good. I flopped the nuts. Jack 9's probably a fold pre-flop, I think, but I'm here to gamble. Ended up losing. He had a flush. Flushes are really hard to make in this game. It's like almost hitting a gut shot when it comes to hold'em, but yeah. First bullet is down. Let's try running up the second bullet. After rebuying, we're back into bullet number 2. We're in level 3 now. Antes have increased, which means as each level goes up, it becomes more and more gambly. I pick up King Jack offsuit and limp. It becomes a 3-way limped pot, and the flop comes King King Queen. So I have trips out here with a decent kicker. I bet out 800 here with a very strong hand. Want to deny equity and get value from draws and such. A late position player ends up raising me to 2,000, and I have about starting stack here, and I'm out of position. I think I'm just going to commit my stack. I don't know what the right play is, obviously, and maybe I can just call and trap, but there are too many bad cards out there to see. I rip it all in, 9,000 total, but he snap folds, so not sure what he could be raising with, but I'll take it down. One of the first hands of the second bullet. Blinds ever increasing now to level 4. Ante is 300, and there's going to be a lot of all-ins considering a small starting stack. I pick up pocket 7s in the big blind or early position. It becomes a 4-way limped pot as 4 players put 600 into the middle each. And we're going to a flop of ace, queen, queen, 2 spades. Totally whiffed, don't have much here. Action checks all the way around. And we see a turn which is the 7 of spades. Wow, the flush gets there, but I have a full house. So mixed feelings on how strong my hand is. The player to my right, who's first to act, small blind position, he bets out 1,000. Obviously, I am certainly not going to be folding here with a full house. I make the call, and everyone else ends up folding. Going to a river, which comes the jack of hearts, and now he slows down and checks. Now, I think I have a dicey situation with bottom full house. Obviously, like I said, it's not very strong, but I still think that in these fields, I have to go for thin value because I don't know what I'm doing. My opponents don't really know what they're doing either. I bet small, 1,800. The plan would be to fold to a raise, mainly just targeting trips for a queen, and luckily he ends up just calling. I show my full house and win. Nice to go for that thin value on the river here. And moving on, I pick up Jack 9 offsuit once again. It's a 4-way limped pot as we're playing 5-handed. You're going to see a lot of limped pots here, multi-way flops. And the flop comes Jack 9 6 2 diamonds. Here I am in early position. I decided to bet for value with top 2 pair. I think my hand is good here a lot. So I bet 1,100. The player on my left goes all in for 1,200. And you know what's surprising? Everyone around the table just calls. So obviously I can't re-raise and isolate for 100 more. I'm in here and we're still going to go 4 ways to a turn, which comes the ace of hearts. Still thinking my hand could be good here. We're playing multi-way and I decided to just go all in. I think I can get value from ace highs. I can get value with the ace of diamonds or flush draw holdings, but everyone ends up folding, which is fine after my all in. We're now going to the river against the all-in player who has queen 7 of diamonds. Let's fade the flush draw again here. The river is a brick. Nice to win, and now I chip up to 20,000, which is 2x starting stack. Feeling good, winning some pots now. All right, we're on a survive till the break. End of late reg, and I'm only have in for 2 bullets. I think registration's closed now. I think also, while I was playing, this might be the first short deck vlog on YouTube. So welcome. Hello. Short deck is a great game. I absolutely love it. I don't know what I'm doing, but so doesn't anyone else at the table. So it's perfect. I have like 16,000, 10K starting. Last update, last hand I had 20,000. I folded for like an orbit and a half. And because you put chips in every single hand that you're dealt in, you lose a lot. So to win this, I guess you gotta just run pure. I've never actually played a satellite before. Never played a live satellite tournament. So here I am. I don't know what I'm doing. First time satellite, first time short deck tournament. It's fun. I'm having a good time, and hopefully I can last. Looks like we'll hit 40, just under 40 entries. Let's see how it goes. Let's run it up after break. This hand gets a little dicey. I chip down to around 13,000 because, you know, we're paying an ante every single hand dealt in. And when the ante gets increased in level 5, I pick up queen 10 offsuit in the low jack. This becomes a 5-way limped pot. So 5 ways to a flop, which comes king jack high with 2 diamonds. I'm open-ended and I have the queen of diamonds, so I think I'm just committing my stack here with my draw. I just have to lead out into the field for 2,500, and the player on my left jams his entire stack in there for about 7,000. Action folds to me. I cover this player. It's 4,500 more to call, so it seems like an easy decision. I'm in here. He has king jack for top 2 pairs, so I'm just rooting for an ace or a 9, please. The turn comes a diamond. Mega sweat now with a flush draw as well. River, another diamond. Bink City me. The likelihood of going runner flush is almost the same likelihood as going runner gut shot straight draws in normal no limit hold'em. So nice little suck out. It's nice to win a really big hand, and I'm chipping up once again. Progressing into this tournament, next hand I pick up queen 9 on the low jack. Action folds to me, and I decided to limp. The player on my left jams his stack for about 5,500 total. The button folds, and my hand sucks, but it's only a 10 anti-jam, so I guess I call. Queen 9 can't be performing too bad, and he has ace queen, which is one of the hands that dominates queen 9. But I flop a 9, which is awesome, but he turns an ace and ends up holding. Nice hand to Peter, who watches the vlog. I chip down a little bit here, losing 10 antes. But the next flip you're going to see here is an all-in pre-flop with 10-9 beating pocket aces. Pretty uncommon sight to see, as I was told that aces only has 60% equity versus 10-9 suited all-in pre-flop. So how crazy is that? After this hand, 15 out of the 39 players are left in the field, and we're getting close to the final 2 tables. Moving on to level 6, the ante is 600, which is a big jump. I only have 20,000 in my stack, so it's about 30 antes, give or take. I pick up 8-9 offsuit on the button here, and it's a 4-way limped pot. And the flop comes pretty good in Queen Jack 10, 2 diamonds out there. So I've ended up flopping a straight, not the nut straight, it's the third nuts actually. Anyways, the hijack bets out 3,000, and myself and the early position big blind player make the call. So now 3 ways to a turn, which is a gross queen of hearts. 2 flush draws out there, the board is paired, action checks to me, and I decided to slow play here, just unsure how to navigate through scary boards with just a straight, I check back. When the river is now the king of clubs, that's not really great. The big blind now bets out 3,000, hijack folds, and I guess I have a pretty annoying option, which is going to be a fold. It seems similar to PLO, where if you flop a straight, the board's just going to run out in such a scary fashion where you don't get to win a whole lot. So that's why I didn't want to raise the third nuts in this game, especially in position as I have more playability. I'm just happy I didn't get stacked as I fold on this river and move on, where we get moved to the final 2 tables, which is awesome. Quick update, little break, final 2 tables. Is that a flex? No. There's like 39 people in, there's still 12 people in, but I want to say final 2 tables. As the ante has increased, we're in level 7 now. I am very short stacked after losing a few pots, and I pick up aces. Wow. I guess it's a good hand, and I'm going to be flipping for them even though I don't feel comfortable. The player on my right calls the ante of 1,600, and I go all in. It's a little less than 12,000 in stack. Action folds around to the player on my right. Peter, who watches the channel, says he's going to donate and calls with 10-9 off. Oh man, I didn't even want a call from him, to be honest. The equities run so close, and he ends up flopping an open-ended straight draw. Come on, aces, let's fade all the outs, and he ends up bricking out somehow. I'll take it, much needed double up to about 25,000. And you'll see I chipped up to around 30,000, winning some small pots after this hand before arriving into this dicey spot. The player in the low jack, my buddy Mike, who we both ended up actually registering this tournament together, he goes all in from the low jack, and I peel king queen of hearts. With only 23,000 in my stack, it's a snap call for my tournament life with a great hand that performs really well. And I see we're up against Jack 10 of hearts. Oh my god. The only hand that is the nuts here in short deck I know is Jack 10. It's nice to have the suits covered here with the hearts, but it's still a huge sweat. We're off to a run out. Somehow I find a way to hold. The turn gave a really big sweat for Mike, but let's freaking go. I chip up in a massive way, and I'm one thought closer to being in the money as there's 4 players left to bust. I have over 50,000 in chips, and I'm feeling good. We fast forward to level 8, where the ante gets serious to 1,000. Blinds are getting big, and now we have made it to the final table. 7 players left, and we're going to battle this one out. We see the first all-in of the final table, Ace-King versus Jack 8. I'm rooting for Jack 8 to get the knockout here as he covers the other player, but Ace-King ends up winning. Sadly, the short stack doubles up, and I'm in a pretty bad spot now as I'm 5th out of the 7 players left in chips. The second all-in we're going to see is Queens versus Ace-Queen. We end up seeing the first elimination of the final table, and now playing 6-handed here, getting closer and closer to being in the money. All right, we're on break. Just got the first knockout of the final table. This is a sweat. 6 players left. I've never played a satellite before, so I don't know how like the ICM stuff works, and I'm in a bad spot, basically. I'm 4th in chips. This is the short deck is obviously a game where I don't want to be all in. It's either I can make money placing 4th, or nothing. Hopefully everyone just busts. I'm just gonna try to fall my way into it. I'm 4th in chips. I'm pretty shallow, and the chip leader doesn't really know much about ICM stuff, so he's not playing as how he should be. No one wants to go all in, obviously. No one wants to like jam and get called and go all in because busting is horrible in this spot. So yeah, top 3 make $10,000. Number 4 makes like $8,400. So like that's fine. I'm happy to be in 4th place. It's just gonna be a sweat. I'm just sweating every single all-in and anti-sweating the short stack. So that's it. We're on break, hoping for the best. It's going to be a sweat for sure to the finish. After the break, I'm sitting with a small stack, but we end up seeing more all-ins. Aces versus king, queen suited. Come on, aces, let's win. And he ends up holding, which is great news as there's 5 players left. Only one more need to bust to be in the money. But what's the issue is that now I'm the short stack, not feeling great, and we arrive at this decision point. I have Jack 10 offsuit on the button with about 30,000 in chips. Action folds to the cutoff player who's been relentlessly jamming and putting in a lot of ICM pressure on everyone at the table, and he does exactly that in this hand. He jams into me, covering me, and I'm sitting with less than 30 antes. And as the shortest stack, I don't have a lot of ICM pressure because if there's someone to bust, I guess it would be me at risk. Anyways, I have Jack 10, and I've learned in short deck that Jack 10 suited is an amazing hand. How good is Jack 10 offsuit? It's not like flushes come out anyways, so it's a very small amount of equity difference, and I think this player is jamming really wide, and for my tournament life on the stone bubble, I risk it. We're here to win. I guess winning's a little bit different in satellites. I don't know what I'm doing with ICM spots, but I make the call for my tournament life. We're 30 antes. It's kind of huge. He has queen 7 offsuit, so he's ahead for now, I guess. Let's go to a run out. The turn gave me some outs, but the river jack spiking a pair. And I am alive. No freaking way. Waited all the way till the very end. The river card bails me out. And right as I was about to get out of my seat, I sit the hell back down. I double up in a massive way on the stone bubble. This is all I needed to see. And what's even better is the next hand I pick up Jack 10 suited from the cutoff. This becomes a 3-way limped pot. I decided to not raise this hand because, I don't know, balance and such. Anyways, you see a good flop of 10-10-6 rainbow with 1 heart. I have trips, backdoor flush draw. I'm going to bet. So I bet out 4,000. And the button decides to call in position of me. Going to a turn now, which comes the Queen of Hearts. Oh my god. Amazing, as now I have a flush draw. There's a card over my trip, so I guess I lose to Queen 10 somehow. Anyways, I end up checking out of position to him as I have a lot of equity on this board, and this button player bets out 8,000. Okay, like I said, I'm mainly just being afraid of Queen 10, but if hearts come, I'm going to go crazy as I have the nuts. I make the call here, and the river comes a jack. So I improve to a full house, and I think for a long time, whether I should value bet here or just check, this player and I have similar size stacks, and I decided to just check out of position, and upon my check, he bets out 13,000. Oh my god. What do I do now? I'm not going to be folding, obviously I have a full house, but is there any merit to raising? What worse hand even call if I do raise? And I think for a long time about this, and ultimately I think that there are just no worse hands that would ever call a raise. I'm happy to play tighter, play a little bit passive, and just make the call here on the stone bubble. This player has king 6 offsuit for a bluff, so it didn't even matter. If I raised, he folds, and I'll take it. Nice to induce a bluff here, and I'll chip up once again with almost 90,000 in chips here. And the last place in stack has about 30 to 40,000, hoping for a best out pretty soon. Getting involved here now, blinds have increased. Level 10, ante is 1,500. I have about 100,000 in chips now, and I pick up pocket 7s. And interesting news, this becomes an all-in pot pre-flop. There's a short stack that gets involved and goes all in. I decided to call, and we're going to go 3 ways all in, and we're going to sweat this one out. But sadly, the small stack gets a triple up. But what's cool is that I take a small hit to my stack, but there's one guy left who lost the all-in, and he ends up with a very short stack. So moving on right after this all-in with pocket 7s, I have ace-queen offsuit, and I decided to go all-in pre-flop, trying to commit the button player who just lost the 3-way all-in. He's the smallest stack at the table, and he ends up tilt calling with 8-7 of diamonds. Oh boy, let's sweat this one out to hit it. We end up banking a queen on the flop, and ace-queen holds. So the very long stone bubble of this satellite ends up bursting. We are now in the money playing four-handed, and shortly after that there are negotiations of just chopping it up because it's late at night. We're only playing for like $1,500 and we can all split up $9,500 each and not play for an additional $500, and that's exactly what we ended up doing. We split the pot 4 ways and everyone walks home with $9,500, and I'm happy. I am semi-crowned a short deck champion. This is, I think, the first YouTube vlog where someone has won in short deck, someone has won a short deck tournament, and I'll share the first place prize in this satellite here. Oh my God, it's like 2 a.m. in the morning, finally done. That was a long battle on the bubble. They all wanted me to chop. I wish I got some of the interaction, but obviously I was gonna put cameras in their face. We were on the bubble, 5-handed for so long, wanted to chop for like 8,400 each. After the double with Jack 10, I felt really good, and I'm not chopping. I ended up the guy that was really begging me to chop, and I ended up stacking that guy. So he was the bubble boy, the one that was really in my face trying to get me to chop. So that, I don't know, it is what it is. You know, I was rooting for him, I guess. End of the day, we ended up, after I busted him, we all decided, like, I mean, the payouts were silly, so we all basically split up the money. So in for 2 bullets of 1,100, out for 9,600 in tournament chips. So not actual money, just tournament buy-ins, which I will definitely fire. So thank you so much for watching this video. Short deck champion. The first short deck vlog on YouTube and winning money. It's a good day. It's a good morale boost with how the WSOP has been going. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you think about short deck, because I'd love more opportunities to play this thing. Oh, also, I don't have to mandatory buy into the short deck 10K buy-in. I actually just get tournament chips and credits. That's it. It's a good day. Good night. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.